Thanks to the support as a channel member, Curtis Rothwell. Well, we're in the relegation zone. Our top scorer isn't a striker and he's only got 3 goals. It really is proving to be a struggle this season. However, today we play Brest, which means I get to say Brest a lot and giggle like a 9-year-old. So it's not all bad. Hello and welcome to part 45 of the Tour de France. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have games against Brest and Saint-Etienne. Since you were last with me, wow. Well, would you look at that? It's November. There's not been a game where we've scored more than once since August. We've only done it twice all season. We've scored 2 goals in the last month. We don't concede. We're not getting thumped. That's the positive I'm taking from it. We really are not getting battered. We keep games quite close, and we're not in the automatic relegation spots. Clermont and Le Havre, 2 teams we're very familiar with from our previous life down in the second tier, are occupying the automatic relegation spots. So all we need to do is finish, ideally 15th or higher, but even if we finish 16th, we just have to beat a team from the division below that we know we can beat come the end of the season for us to survive. So it's not the end of the world, but it is, it's a miserable season. I will not try and sugarcoat it at all. It is not fun losing all these football matches, barely scoring goals. And I think there's probably going to be more of the same today because the 2 teams we play, Brest and Saint-Etienne, are both in the top 5. This could be a tough one. We did have one moment of loveliness against Marseille, who are in the top half of the table. When we went away from home against Marseille, scored early, and then managed to just hold on and not concede. So that was awesome. The goal scorer that day, Ulrich Ungamer, who we might be losing in January because he's now wanted by Arsenal, Manufka, and Newcastle. Yeah, we're probably going to lose him, aren't we? Although, I guess with those kind of clubs looking for him, we might be able to get a lot of money for him, which would be nice. A lot of money might be handy at this stage. As much as I'd like to keep him forever, if we could get 10, 15 million pounds, which we would then be able to keep half of maybe. And, that's, if let's say we sell him for 15 and we then have 8 million to spend, that's nearly 3 times the amount we had to spend in the summer. We could do a lot of business in January, and yes, we'd be losing arguably our best player and the guy who allowed us to pick up 3 of our points. He's our top scorer. He scored then when we won. He scored then when we won, and he scored then when we drew. So he only got 1 of the 2 goals that day, but he is directly responsible for 5 points this season. We have 10. So we would be in a miserable situation without Nguema, but we just have to replace him, I guess, and hope that, I don't really want to sell him. I don't think I'm going to have a lot of a choice. This is the team for the game against Brest. We've got Diaz in goal, who is still in goal. Majecki still not forcing his way into the team. We did play him once because Diaz was injured. He conceded 2 goals. He didn't look all that. I think Diaz is our first choice goalkeeper, and Majecki has gone from being Monaco's reserve to our reserve. Shows how good we are now. So Diaz in goal. Back for Vita, Deleste, Carter and Van der Merch. Traore at the base of the midfield. Fowry and Vaquero ahead of him. And then Lemina and Nguema supporting Double Steve up top. That front 3 are all going to be stars. They're all going to be good Ligue 1 players. But they're all under 23. And 2 of them are on loan and 1 of them's about to leave permanently. So I was trying to put a positive spin on things, and then I remembered in 6 months' time, in 3 months' time, they might all be gone. And then I got sad again. And Nguema, who is captain today, by the way, picks up the ball in the edge of the area, and then the shot from range. Who was that? Who's just walloped one from the edge of the area? I'm not even sure who that was. It looked like he had a number 12 on his back. I'm looking through the numbers at the bottom. Nobody wears the number 12. So Tutu's the number 12, isn't he? Did Gabriel Tutu just sneak onto the pitch and hit the crossbar? I mean, again, they definitely looks like there's a number 12 lurking around in here. This might be a repeat of the Content Creators Cup a few weeks ago when Team YouTube, managed by me, of course, ended up with 13 players on the pitch at one point. The referee said he'd never seen anything like it in 20 years as a referee of football matches, which I took as a compliment. If you haven't yet watched the vlog of that day, it is over on my vlog channel, Managing Team YouTube. We had a lot of fun. You should go and watch that. I'll try and remember to link to it down below. Realistically, I'm not going to link to it down below. Just go to the vlog channel. I never mention it on here. Search for Kevin Chapman. You'll find me. That's my government name. And you'll be able to watch me managing Team YouTube and inspiring the likes of Chris MD and Morgs to footballing greatness. They couldn't have done it without me, obviously. Right, we are still at 0-0 at the moment. Now I've done that little pluggy plug for that channel. Vaquero forward to double Steve, and now Nguema slotting it into the path of Lemina, who has got him behind here. Back to Vaquero, who takes a touch and then scores an absolute worldie. I tell you what, I had a few doubts when we brought him back. I remember saying in the transfer special that I just wasn't sure if he'd progressed during the 3 years of basically not playing any football. He left us at 18 as a star. He's come back at 21, having played maybe 4 or 5 matches in the last 3 years. It's taken him a little while to get up to speed. It took him a while to get match fit, but he's getting to the point now where he's picking up where he left off as one of our key players. And again, talking about how much fun the front three is, this midfield three of all homegrown players from our youth team, Vaquero, Fowry and Nguema, is another thing of beauty. I mean, if we can keep this team together, we can dream. I tell you what, if we can pick up 3 points today, I might start dreaming, because that would be absolutely stupendous stuff. But they've got in behind us here. Diaz looked a little bit iffy with his positioning, but I don't know, maybe he's forced the shot wide using the power of his mind. Either way, it remains 1-0. Fowry trying to play Lemina in. We've already looked at the stats and seen that we very rarely score a second goal. So the fact that we are still on the attack, I mean, I don't know. I think we're going to get a nosebleed if we get too involved in too much of that. And that is an infuriating goal to concede. I've been playing a lot of FIFA over the weekend, and I've been doing that to people. And now I feel bad because having it done to myself, I know how it feels now. Don't think it over the goalkeeper, boys and girls. It just makes you feel inadequate. 1-1 then. I mean, like I say, we don't score a second goal, so now our only hope is that we don't concede another one and we manage to grab the draw. It looks like Rennes, who I think were the team who were level on points with us before this started, were they? I forget who it was. There was someone level on points with us before kickoff. There is nobody there currently, so I mean, it would be nice if we could break the habit of a lifetime, the habit of the season, and grab a second goal. Lemina getting in behind, finds double Steve, and he rattles it into the crossbar. We've hit the frame of the goal twice today. We really, really want another goal. We've got ourselves a corner. It's going to be Lemina swinging one into that far post where double Steve is lurking again, but his header, he can't keep it down below the crossbar. But we are on the attack again. David Carter to double Steve. Fowry now playing it all the way back to Van der Merch. Bit of a weird way to mess around with a free kick, but Nguema involved as usual. Now Van der Merch and Fowry, and Van der Merch again. If he can beat this guy, he can actually whip a cross in here, but instead gives it back to Nguema. Now Traore and Fowry. We're just keeping some nice position. Nguema's got him behind here in the penalty area, plays it across looking for Vaquero, but can't find him. And luckily we managed to just snuff out the counter-attack once again. Traore sitting in front of the back four. Crucial for stuff like that. Lemina's done very well there. Plays Vita in, who puts it into the path of double Steve, and that was a big opportunity. I tell you what, double Steve has had chances to score today. If we don't end up winning this match, we have to take a long look at him as our lone striker. Is he going to score the goals that we need a lone striker to score? We had this kind of problem with Tutu back when we were playing him as our lone striker, and double Steve, just I think only the 2 goals this season. And he's getting chances, particularly today. Lemina over the top to double Steve again. All is forgiven. If he can score here, he's dinking it over the goalkeeper now. But this is why you don't dink. We just talked about this. Drill it into the far corner, and we're 2-1 up. What has double Steve got to do to grab a goal today? Oh, my word. Right, we have tired boys, and Nguema needs to come off. 2-2 is going to come on for him. We'll swap Lemina over onto that right-hand side. Fowry's going to come off as well. Lopi can come on for him. That will do for now. We don't want to make absolute sweeping changes. It's something we've done a little bit too often this season, and I think it's becoming clear to me that my first 11 is significantly better than my backup players, and we do seem to struggle in the second half of games. Oh my word, he's done it again. Oliver Vaquero has just scored 2 of the best goals you'll ever see in the same match. He is back and he is showing off for you lot. We've got an optional future fee of, I think, £2 million on this guy. He's still only 21. He's homegrown at club. He's 5-star potential that he's not close to hitting. That's the upside of selling Nguema. If we do have to sell Nguema in January, first piece of business is we make Vaquero permanent. Back home, back where he belongs. They all come home eventually. Oh, my word. Right, now we just need to hold on until the end of this match. Renault is going to come on, and we're just going to shuffle that midfield around a little bit. We don't really... I mean, we do have one more midfielder who can come on, actually, just to try and keep midfield energy. And then maybe we'll bring on Baldi and stick Double Steve out onto the right-hand side. Just trying to keep people fit. But like I say, the second 11, it's just not the same as the first 11. It weakens the team massively. Oh, we were up to 14th place briefly there, but twice we've scored beauties and twice we've conceded almost immediately. And they're not even good goals. They're just, oh, we need to score again, do we? Let's go and grab one any old how. Come on, if we can grab a third goal for the first time this season, Baldi with the header straight into the hands of the Brest goalkeeper, and it's 2-2 with 5 minutes to go, and we've got 5 reserves on the pitch now, and I am feeling nervy. Oh, I'm feeling very nervy. How important is fitness? Should we have kept the guys who got us here on the pitch? I am not feeling very comfortable right now. We need more squad depth. Although Baldi's done very well here, and Lopi trying to play 2-2 in, but 2-2 just runs into a dead end. But luckily, I was going to say Khaled is there to intercept, but he doesn't. He gives the ball away immediately, and Diaz, luckily, makes the save. But it is a corner to Brest with a couple of minutes to go, and I am nervy. We've played so well, but we've played well a lot this season and have nothing to show for it. And I worry that today might be a similar story. Looking at the match stats, a draw is probably the fairest result, but it stings a little bit when we had those 2 moments of absolute genius. I mean, that's literally all it was. I guess we did create a lot of chances for Double Steve as well, but it feels like 2 dropped points and not 1 gained. But ultimately, they're a top 5 team, and we picked up a point, and we weren't expecting to. So I guess we have to put that positive spin on it. Folks, just want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. Invest in yourself and your personal growth. Interested in making a career pivot or leveling up your skills in your current role? Skillshare is a great resource for freelancers and entrepreneurs to help you learn new skills to support your growing side hustle or launch into a totally new career, with classes like Finding Fulfillment, Using Pivots to Power Your Creative Career by Emma Gannon, and Start Your Creative Career with Sonia Rasula. And one of my personal favourites is this one, Productivity for Creatives. Build a system that brings out your best, from Thomas Frank, who is also a very good YouTuber. But the part about this that I found particularly helpful was the section on collaboration and delegation. I used this earlier in the year when I decided it was time to bring in an editor to start getting some help with my thumbnails. And I think adding those new elements to my business have really allowed the channel and the business to really push on over the last year or so. If you've noticed an improvement in the editing and the thumbnails, that's why I learned how to delegate and collaborate with other people, thanks to this one. What's more, Skillshare is ad-free, so you can stay in the zone whilst you're learning a new skill. They have new premium classes launching every week, so there's always something new to discover. And the entire catalogue is now available with subtitles in English, French, German, Spanish, and Portuguese. Don't believe me? Go and try it out for yourself. The first 1,000 people to use the link in the top of the description below will get a free 1-month trial of Skillshare. And I'm no expert, but in my experience, free is a really good price. Links in the description below, folks. Go click it now. Just the one change then for the Saint-Etienne game. Big Willie is back in the team. We left him out for the Brest game because this is a sponsored video and I couldn't have Big Willie and Brest in the same section of the video because I'm not proud of it. I turned 40 at the weekend and I still think it's hilarious. I'm also doing something I don't ever really do, but Nguema has picked up a knock and we're going to play him anyway. This is how important our young 20-year-old superstar is. He's going to play with a tight calf. I never do this, but I don't think we have a chance without him. So we're going to play him injured and hope that we don't make things worse, because obviously it would be better for him to just miss one match than many matches. I understand the logic behind not playing him when he's injured, but I really want him to play football for us for as long as he possibly can, especially if he's going to be leaving us in January. We need to be just milking him dry before then. Getting as much as we can out of him, getting as many points as we can out of him before he can never get us any more points again. Deleste playing it over to Vita, Vaquero, and now Lemina, who looked like he'd run out of options there, but ended up finding Vita, and now Traore, who is getting better and better in this deep line playmaker role. It's what we signed him to do. Okay, I may have signed him to play the Mazzala role, but I remember saying at the time that he could play behind the midfield as well, and he's been excellent at it with Fowry and Vaquero ahead of him. I am on the whole very happy with this team, but then stuff like that happens, and I just have to keep reminding myself, this is a team that plays in Europe. This team is much better than our team. This is the best tour team we've ever had, and we do play some nice football, and we do look good from time to time, but we are going to lose more matches than we win, and I just need to make my peace with it, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Right, can we drag ourselves back into this match, please? Van der Merch, heads clear. Double Steve was a little bit slow to react to that, and the pressure has now come straight back on again. Luckily, Big Willie is there to head clear with all of his 5 foot, 6 foot 5, whatever he is, 6'4". He's a big boy. There's a lot of him, and he did his job there twice. Quite a messy goal line clearance in the end, which get your goal line technology out of here. Not interested. It was never a goal. Right, it is Saint-Etienne on the attack again, and they're finding it quite easy to get past Van der Merch today, which I've had my concerns about Van der Merch going back to when he was out injured last season. The goal has been since then, not just to sign another right back to cover him while he was injured or to compete with him. The goal has been for a year now to replace him. I want a better right back. Just can't find one, and now we've conceded twice inside the first 16 minutes. And this doesn't bode well for us today because, as we've discussed at length in this video already, we don't often score more than once. We've never scored more than twice. We're not great away from home, and there's only 16 minutes gone in this match. This could be a first real proper pasting for us this season if we don't wrestle back some control of this football match. Vita playing it into Double Steve. And Double Steve finds the back of it. I suspect he's offside there. He's celebrating like a madman, so maybe it does count. But to me, it looked offside. The referee's got his finger in his ear to have a little look, and he has awarded the goal. We are back into it. It's an immediate reply. Vita played it across. I mean, Double Steve, he's just timed his run perfectly. Vita held off on the pass until Double Steve got himself back onside, and we do have a goal back. As it stands right now, though, Le Havre winning away against Clermont. That is a massive game. The two teams below us, we could do with them both losing there somehow. And it does put us into the automatic relegation positions as things stand. We could really, really do with dragging ourselves back into this match now, please. We've got one goal back. 15 minutes or so have passed since then. Things have quietened down after the crazy start to the match. If we could score the next goal, that'd be super. But it is Saint-Etienne on the attack again. The header goes over and half an hour gone. It's 2-1. And we would like to drag ourselves back into the match, please. Van der Merch, aimless, utterly aimless, but actually finds Lemina. So maybe he was aiming for him. I've got a scapegoat again, everybody, and his name is Van der Merch. Lemina to double Steve. Nice hold-up play from him. Vaquero to Vita. I tell you what, we could do with another Vaquero special in this match, but Vita is flying down the left-hand side, and Nguema, tight calf and everything, is there with a far post header. That's why we played him, because he's so important. So it's not just from a creative aspect. He's 6'2" at the far post for stuff like that as well. It's 2-2. We've dragged ourselves back into the match. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's go on and win the thing. Why not? Who's going to stop us? Come on now. I mean, we've scored 2 goals from 4 shots. We don't care. We're back in the game. And Van der Merch trying to show me just how good he is. And Nguema conjuring something from the right-hand side. Double Steve is in. Oh. What's happened? Oh, double Steve's offside. I thought it'd been called back for a penalty for a minute there. It's now 3-2 to Le Havre against Clermont. It's all kicking off in that match, but Le Havre are still winning. And I think us having a point does still keep us 1 point ahead of them as things stand. I tell you what, if we come out of this episode with 2 points, that's excellent work from us. And Nguema, back to Farry. Now Nguema. That's a playmaker, boys and girls, right there. That is a playmaker wanted by Manchester United. Vita to Vaquero. Now back to Vita again. I guess that was the injury from Nguema that we were seeing in action there. I remember when FM22 was being launched, they did talk about how fitness and injuries would affect performances, and I guess that was us seeing it. In reality, Double Steve has just missed a big, big opportunity to put us ahead in the match. He once again just needed to welly it. Sometimes he tries to be a little bit too cute with his finishing. We saw it in the last match. We've seen it again here. Just hit it. Just kick the football into the goal. That's all you need to do. Traore to double Steve. And now Nguema has got a chance to run at this fullback again. He has caused problems all day long down this right-hand side. Fowry to Traore. Where's Vaquero? Between the two of them, find Vaquero for a long-range shot. I think that's what everybody's trying to do here. And Nguema to Lemina, who's got space to burst into, but doesn't control it properly. But Traore is there to just keep the pressure on. We're playing very, very well now. Vita with the cross finds Double Steve. He just kicked it into the goal. It's a second goal for Double Steve. And for the first time this season, it's a third goal for Tour. Oh, it's a goal fest today. And it's Saint-Etienne 2, Tour 3. This will be huge if we can hold on to this. We look dead and buried 15 minutes into this match, and we have dragged ourselves back into it. But now we enter that dreaded period where I've got to start making substitutions because my players are shattered. And as soon as we do, we weaken the team. And this is, I don't know, we've played an injured player all match. Do we just keep tired players on the pitch and stop weakening the team? I don't know what the right thing to do in this situation is. I need a deeper squad, a stronger squad. I need to do some transfers, please. I need a goalkeeper who can save a football kicked straight at his head. There's going to be people in there. Why is Mijeki not playing? We did a comparison of him yesterday. He's not as good a shot stopper as Diaz. He doesn't save this either. But it doesn't make it any less frustrating when it looked straight at him from the angle we looked at. To be fair, it's not straight at him, but he has just kind of wafted his arms around above his head rather than trying to save it. And it's now 3-3. And I guess any hope of winning is now gone because we're not going to score a fourth goal. That'd be just absolute crazy nonsense. And Nguema, back to Van der Merch again, who just doesn't see. It's like we've immediately run out of ideas. What a pass! What a pass from Nguema. Vaquero couldn't control it properly, but oh my word, I can see why so many big clubs and Manchester United want Nguema, because he's running things here against A at 20 years old. He's our captain. He is controlling the match. Everything goes through him. I had doubts about playing him as a playmaker a year and a half ago. Those doubts are long gone. Lemina to Vita. Into Nguema, who's now come in field with a beautiful pass into Double Steve, and it's a hat-trick for Double Steve. I doubted him earlier on in this episode. He has showed me that I was wrong to doubt him. A Double Steve hat-trick, but so much credit has to go to Nguema, who is just pulling all the strings. He just wanders about wherever he wants on the pitch, playing those kind of passes, and it's now 4-3. Please, boys, can we learn to defend just for the last 20 minutes of this match? If we could defend, that'd be super. The positioning of Diaz there is possibly the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And that is straight from kickoff. 4-4. Majeki's probably going to play in the next game. What the hell is this? This positioning... It genuinely looks like he doesn't know where the goal is there. What is his positioning rating? I don't even... Is that even an attribute? Apparently it's not. Oh, it's there under mental. He gets 12 for positioning. Do the comparison again. Oh my word. So Diaz is better at shot stopping. Better at distribution. Majeki's better aerially. He's more eccentric. That's ideal. We'd love that. He's quicker. I mean, he's more physical. There's nothing really that indicates there that that Majeki makes that save. I think we probably have to, at this point, take off Nguema, who is injured and broken and has done an incredible amount today to get us to the point where we've scored 4 goals. A little bit of support from the defence, the rest of the team would have been nice. Between Nguema and Double Steve, they've been brilliant. We're surely not going to grab a 5th here, are we? We are still attacking. It's Van der Merch bursting forward again. Of course, we are now without Nguema on the pitch, so a little bit harder for us to find the breakthrough, I'm sure. Van der Merch, though, with the cross. Look at Double Steve again, who once again wins the ball in the air. He is aerially dominating the Saint-Etienne defence today, and they cannot get it clear. Lemina now to Traore. It's like they can only attack when they're losing. It's very odd. Vita now. Space to run into. Plays over the top to Tutu. Gabriel Tutu! He's still only 3 goals away from becoming our all-time top scorer. He isn't scoring goals at the moment. Oh, this hurts. It really hurts. To score 4 goals away from home and still lose really hurts. Well, it is. I mean, it is hideous. We're just making changes for tired legs now. There's the game is gone. I don't think we're scoring again. Nguema's off. I mean, we have been well and truly beaten on XG, on all the match stats. I mean, Vita's got 3 assists today. Probably need to spray a little bit of love his way as well. Oh, my goodness me. I talked about it at the start of the episode. We don't look like a bad team in the match engine. But things aren't going our way. We don't deserve to have conceded 6 goals today. I'm not having that. The Celeste's had a bit of a shocker. Oh. We need some defenders. It might be time to give Majeki a go, purely because Diaz has just conceded 6. But to be fair, got a 7.1. He's conceded 6 and not played badly. Van der Merch and Deleste, the weak links of the defence today there. We called Van der Merch beforehand. Deleste is a disappointment. Maybe we go with Big Willie and Carter in the next match. And it looks like we have dropped into the automatic relegation zone as well. Oh, well. Clermont, we play there. In fact, aren't they just above us as well? That's Lille, isn't it? I think we probably need to come back quite soon and show you Lille and Clermont, because they are teams right around us that we've got. I mean, we've got to win. We have to win those matches. So we'll do that tomorrow. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.